most of the time so many opportunities just literally are in front, but people are too scared to take that first step.
So how can you resolve your future, get clarity if you're still stuck in your past?
So can you explain what that actually means?
Sure. Suddenly he had a flash in his head, his father talking to him, who passed away. And his father telling him, I love you so much.
I had just moved to Dubai and I was, scrolling on Instagram and I randomly found your profile. I don't know where.
It's not because it's faith and God doesn't like me or I am unlucky.
Hello everyone and welcome to Unleash, and today I'm super excited to bring with me a very special guest, and Joy and I are going to join us and we're going to dive deeper into our very special guest's works. Peggy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, so Peggy is a transformational coach and holistic healer that goes deep inside with her clients on how they can perform better and what are the obstacles that are getting in the way of their high star-studded performance. Peggy, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so I am Peggy. I'm a mother of two. I'm an intuitive counselor and clairvoyant reader. It's funny because it's amazing how we grow in life spiritually. Like 4 or 5 years ago, you would tell me, Peggy, why don't you say you're a clairvoyant reader? I would lower my voice when I'm presenting this title and I'll say I'm a holistic coach and clairvoyant reader. But since 4 or 5 months, I've been getting a lot of clients asking me, please, I need clarity. I need to know what tomorrow is holding for me. So I'm an intuitive counselor, and the main focus is when I scan my client energy, and this is what I tell them. I just receive insight. It's connection with their energetic field. And a lot of information sometimes when I dive into their energy are giving to me intuitively, but it's about the past. Yeah. So how can you resolve your future, get clarity if you're still stuck in your past? So I work with them. First of all, I tell them when you come to see me, let's build trust. If you don't trust the energy, nothing can be done. The moment you step my office, 50% of the healing is done. So it's energy healing. Yeah. Now, you can hide behind your emotions and the truth, but I know that there's something always inside you don't want to talk about. So there are ways to work with that. So to give you a little resume, I work with energies. I close my eyes, connect with the intuition, and I dive into the client's auric field. And like I follow the map, of course, I start with the crown chakra and all the other chakras, but sometimes I will be pulled to the lowest chakra when I'm in the crown chakra. So I go down and the information I get are always in shapes and figures of metaphor. Sometimes it can be a voice, a sentence, a smell. Then I look at the client and I start asking them questions and see if they validate it, if it resonates with them, and then they guide me to narrow the subject and work on it.
Wow.
So this is how I work.
You said the term clairvoyance. Can you explain what that actually means?
Sure. See, clairvoyance, it's seeing. In French, voyer. To voir is seeing, a clear seeing. What is clear seeing? Basically, scientists and the modern society has formed a way where consciously we tend to eliminate everything that science doesn't endorse it, or things you don't see it with your naked eyes. Clairvoyance is above that and below that. It's above the 5 senses. It's like sometimes I'm walking on the street. Something tells me, and this happened on the 4th of August in Lebanon, before the bomb exploded. A very good friend of mine was walking in his car going, he always uses the same, I'm having goosebumps, he always uses the same road. Suddenly he had a flash in his head, his father talking to him, who passed away. And his father telling
I have
him,
goosebumps.
his father telling him, I love you so much, please, for my sake, take the road I love, which was another road. And that road was like 1 hour.
Right now.
Yes, and this boy took that road. And it's his sister who told me that because he refuses to tell the story. He left and went to Brazil, and I met his sister because I was looking for people for testimonial, and this boy would have died should he not got the message from his father, and he was open to it. We are all intuitive, so this is clairvoyance. It can be clairsentience, it can be sounds.
Right, there's multiple clear,
Suddenly you smell something, you smelled it when you were a child, and something happened at that time. It's a message. Be open to listen to it. So mainly, we're all intuitive. We all can see, feel, have this goosebumps, and see you felt something more than a movie that can affect you. But we are very busy and we choose to just
shut down.
And because we are always looking for validation from others, what will they say about me? They will make fun of me. No, just go for your gut's feeling. So this is clairvoyance.
And what's the difference between a clairvoyance and a medium?
I mean, basically, I believe it's almost the same, but the medium works a lot. Maybe sometimes a medium would work with a crystal ball, or a pendulum. A medium will focus more on what is going to happen. They'll have message maybe with a deceased person. They work a lot on... A medium will control sometimes your life. You will, if they are not pure energy. And this is what I tell my client, because when you are not feeling well, you can be so permeable. I mean, you can accept anything.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. And this is what I always say when you go to see someone who is a psychic reader or a clairvoyant reader, don't use the internet, please. Use word of mouth.
Yeah.
This is the best advice, because it can be a way for me to get rich if I control you. And I can, with time, you know your clients, you know their weaknesses. So like a psychic, if they're pure energy, definitely they can help you, because they connect, they have this gift that they can feel things before they happen. They will tell you, don't you ever go to that area, or you need to go to Norway to find your answer. I don't work like that. Like I have people saying, can you tell me if my husband is real with what he just told me yesterday? I said, no. I can check if your energy and your husband energy aligns and what to do to make it align. But I don't go and spy. I can see, but no, it's not for your greater benefit, because if I started, then you will go and look for someone who is better even than me, and you will neglect your healing. Yes or no? So my main focus on my sessions is to help my client heal, to show them where they're stuck in, to show them that it's your past actually, and sometimes not your past, something you got from your ancestors. Knowing that, when I'm having a client in front of me, I don't know what their belief is. They might look at me, what is she talking about? And I'm like seeing something in the past life, and I'm looking at them. Then I have to run my readiness scale. Like, are they ready to receive this information from me? Are they gonna run away because I want to help them? So there's a way as well of delivering the message. So
yes, of course.
I just want to share how we connected. So I had just moved to Dubai, and I was, scrolling on Instagram, and I randomly found your profile. I don't know where.
Even though it's not a big profile.
Not a big profile. I had no idea why. I just had a message to message you.
Yeah.
And then we were trying to meet up for a walk forever, and it never happened. Yeah. And then again, you randomly messaged me.
And finally you met the group I wanted to hook you with to go and do the meditation at 5 a.m.
I did, yes. And then you called me one day out of the blue and was like, come over, like have a coffee. So I went to her place.
Oh, we can do that.
Oh, this needs to happen. Yes. I mean, so I go to her house, we have a coffee, and she gives me a reading, and I was absolutely mind blown.
Joy tells me about it.
Because you were open to it. You were definitely open. Yeah.
Also open.
Sometimes I have clients in front of me and I'm not blocked. I can't see. I mean, I know why. Because I know that they're trying to test me. Maybe they've been elsewhere. Or they're hiding something and they want me to know. And I see it. And I'm like, I don't want to play the game. I'm blocked. And then I open my eyes and I'm like, is there anything you want to tell me? Is there really a need for you to be here? Or, I mean, you have different types of clients,
Yeah.
but don't waste your money, don't waste your time. Focus on your healing and on your well-being. So this is when you recenter your energy. Then I say, okay, I can return your money back to you, but please, I'm not here for tests and trial. Yeah.
I want to know, Peggy, like how you said that person in Lebanon who was receptive to that message, which practically says is like us as individuals who are not very, intuitive, or what is the best way for people in general to receive? Like, in what state should they be, or how is the best way
You know what
to
I
get the best
say?
of the universe?
The lowest vibrational emotion is jealousy and envy. For you to receive, I'm not saying that I don't envy sometimes, but for you to receive, you need to be clean, pure energy. And my husband is a businessman, so sometimes he's taking me on meetings and I'm like, oh no, I don't want to go there and see them. He's like, why? No, I don't vibrate with them on the same level anymore. He's like, anymore? So it requires a lot of energy from me sometimes to be in different situations where, not that things are fake, but I want to vibrate with people who are like speaking the same energy. But at the same time, it's not correct, because your message needs to be heard everywhere.
Yes.
So when I say we all receive messages, how to be intuitive, you need to set an intention that I am open to get messages. Just play with it. Say, today I want to be someone kind. I want to do an act of kindness. God remind me, or my guardian angels remind me that I need to do something kind. Let an orange color orange color pop in front of me while I'm driving today. Play with the energy. You will be amazed how you will be served.
Oh yes.
You will be amazed. You'll be driving, you'll see something orange, very strong orange, and you'll be like, you want to criticize, then you remember, you didn't do something good today, so before you sleep, go and do it. Things like that. I'll give an example. During the Future You Summit, the 2 days we were there, I met Yvette, who works with radio frequencies, and she had her machine with her. So I was asking her for the price, and I know those tests are a little bit expensive, and it's not the time for me to do such expenses. But my son fell sick, and I know he needs detox. So I was discussing with her, thinking that, okay, I'll get the information, but for sure, she's here till the 25, and I'm sure she will be in a place, knowing Yvette how holistic she is, she would have rented something by the beach or quiet. So I was finalizing everything with her and seeing if I will make my mind. I said to her, okay, Yvette, so shall I come to you? She said, no, because it's small, the space where I am in. I will come to you. I said, I don't think you will come to where I am. I am in JBR and Morjan, and it's so crowded. She said, I rented an apartment in JBR Morjan 5. I live in Morjan 5.
Oh my.
Wow. From all Dubai. So this is a sign for me that maybe I need to do it for my son and not postpone it. So
yes, you get these clear signs sometimes, but if you put your intention to it,
yes,
if you seek guidance,
definitely. If you don't,
yes,
you will get them, but you will not validate them. You just put them behind you. So you need to pause. You need to ground yourself and say, energy, guardian angel, I'm here. You know what? Sometimes there's an exercise through this book. I train myself. I just close my eyes and focus and turn my palms towards the sky, and I say, guardian angel, send me a sign you're here. Suddenly one hand will be much colder than the other, or the opposite. I will feel something, so we all can play with that and reassure ourselves that we're not alone here. They ask us to, there is a free will. They will never come and say, hello, stand in front of a car that's gonna kill you. Hello, be careful. No, they want you to ask them. You need to say, I am overwhelmed. Please guide me. I can't see clearly, and I'm open to that. And set the intention. This monkey mind is really...
Yeah. So have you always felt like you had intuitive healing powers? Or when did you drop into this space?
I'll be so frank with you, in the house, and it annoyed me for years. My mom and close friends call me the crazy girl. Oh, but it's Peggy, the crazy girl. Like I walk in, oh, you're drinking this today, but today you're not supposed to drink this. I was like, what is she talking about? I felt it. I'll be walking. Suddenly I'll stop and go and climb a garden. This is in south of France, and I'll take a piece of green herb and I'll eat it. And my daughter's looking at me, Mom, are you sure you can eat this? I said, yes. When I taught Paranguru intuitive eating, please, Peggy, don't do it. Sometimes it can be harmful. I always felt it because of my. I was brought in Ghana. I was born in Ghana, and I lived there till I was 6, 7. No school. I was in the forest with tribes, local tribes. So I saw the medicine man. I saw the shaman. I saw the gathering and the respect and the miracles happening. You know, people. When I think about it, people say it's black magic because they don't understand it. But I was there, and I would see it, and I would do like them. I would just stand and dance like them. And I came back home the first night. I told my mom, Mom, I was with the magician. I want to become a magician. I can. That was my condemnation. Within maybe 2-3 weeks, my bags were ready, and they sent me to Lebanon to a boarding school. You know, because they were afraid what will happen, you know, and there I was in a religious school, a nun school, where sometimes in the night I would be talking, yes, asking questions and laughing. And then the nun would come and say, who are you talking with? And I'm like, nobody. Yes. And then she'll ask the kids, who is talking with Peggy? And they're all sleeping. So they used to hit me. Stop talking at night. But this is what kept me strong, because I was born in Lebanon. My parents were not there. So I had friends supporting me, the fairies or whatever you can call them. I didn't have any, image to them, but there was a voice always with me. One, I would see my sister suffering from whatever was happening there, and I would tell her, but don't you have the same voices? Why don't you listen to them? And she would look at me, no, Peggy, come back to earth. No, yeah, this is your imagination. So she would be sad, frustrated, crying, and I'm like, okay, let it be. Whatever. One day we'll see our parents. Cheer up. So I always felt that I had
Support.
the support, and there's something in me that needs to come out one day.
Yes.
Yeah, so I did it, and I started working with it, but I had the syndrome of the imposter, that who are you to heal? Who are you to tell what will happen? What about if it doesn't happen, you know? Then little by little, I went into research, and I did my certificates with Berkeley Institute, and it's a Californian institute
in the US.
Yeah. So, and I went through certificates and diplomas just to put them there, you know, for my own satisfaction. But to tell you, did it change something? Of course, it will guide you, but when you have the call, you have it. You feel it. And I believe everyone has that. It's just I'm not afraid anymore that they say you're crazy. I take it as a compliment now, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I'm so impressed by your bravery in so many ways, because you had the courage to not let anyone defy you, and you know you managed to choose your path that was already choosing you, but then you move a step forward, and then things just happen.
Oh yeah,
right?
I lived my life. I did a lot of other things. I've been all over the world, and I can tell you, I've been to Europe alone. I've been to the States alone. I've been to Africa and to Dubai. I came to Dubai knowing no one. I landed in Burj Al Arab without a degree in hospitality. I landed in Burj Al Arab in sales and marketing position in the first 7-star hotel in the world by just forcing myself into business class and having a drink with the GM, not knowing who he is. Just because I felt that I deserved being there, and I had an economic ticket. You know, I was a student in France at that time. And when I met the GM and we started talking, the hostess was insisting, you need to go back to economy. I'm like, calm down, cheer up, I'm gonna go back. The value of the plane is not gonna be less. So he was so annoyed. He said, then I'm going with her to economy. And then we continued talking, and then he gave me his card and he said, I want you to apply to Burj Al Arab. I had no experience in Burj Al Arab. It's because I had this feeling that this person, I need to talk to him or I need to talk to her, nothing will stop me.
Oh,
Nothing. I mean, because we're all part of,
yes,
part of this oneness. We are all equal. I mean, people should never judge the person according to color, religion, sex, and this is something I try to,
it's primitive.
educate people. Yes, definitely. So
I just feel like you have been able to do what so many people are supposed to feel and do, and you just did it anyway because it felt right, and because it is a universal, legacy and our right to just pursue what is meant for us. And most of the time, so many opportunities just literally are in front, but people are too scared to take that first step.
But definitely, and life will not be always success. As I was telling you, you always have a pattern where you will start from 1 and reach 10. Then you will be so confident that I've reached the summit. But no, once you've reached the top, you need to start going down and learn what is new for you. There's always something new for us to learn, to make it bigger, to make it richer, to make it deeper. And this is the beauty of life. Otherwise, I think continent would have never been discovered. You would have stayed where you are and accept whatever fate you have. Then my own motto is whenever I have a client, I say to them, I understand what you've been going through. I can't imagine what you've been going through seriously, because you hear things. But then I tell them you have 2 choices. Either you keep the person who's in front of me with what they've done to you, or you take what they've done to you and transform it.
Oh.
And this is your choice. This is your choice. Stop giving them the benefit that they've destroyed you. It was a learning. I'm not saying it was not hard. It almost killed you, but you're not dead. You're here today. So, and this is my motto.
Peggy, can you say that again? Because that resonates with so many things.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, who are we? I mean, is there any person, even a 1-year-old child has already a trauma, no matter how caring the parents are. We all have traumas. We all develop fears, programs, belief systems. So I tell my client, when you step into my office, I know you come for healing. I know you come for guidance. But please don't leave with this roadmap that you're never gonna follow. So there are 2 things. Either you say, this is what they did to me, this is the destruction,
this is what
the
I deserve.
ugliness,
Yeah.
and I am staying here, I can't evolve because I am the victim, because that's what they did to me, because of him, her, or society. This is a choice. Or you pick the second choice, I choose to do something new, something different from what they have done to me. So it's your choice.
Maybe
now.
life was teaching you something to grow beyond that, and face that adversity to become more, to become
definitely
larger.
Definitely. See, the more they put challenges on your way, the more the energy knows that you can handle them. The more they know you can handle them. I arrived to Lebanon from my forest in a boarding school where I had to put skirts, and I hated skirts, where I shouldn't play anymore with boys. Suddenly, I see the sex separation, and I couldn't understand that. Where I was treated in a way where I had to take every day 2 showers instead of 1 because I was dumb. Imagine that. In front of all the kids, they will send me back, go back and take another shower. So imagine what this can do to a child who was like 7, 8. No parents in the weekends to go and tell them what they've been going through. And here I am. Should I say that it never affected me? I don't feel like I'm gonna kill a person who's racist when I see them doing something bad to someone because of their color. I feel I'm the advocate. I need to go and step forward. And I've learned how to let go. Why is it triggering you, Peggy? Learn. You might be doing that as well without knowing, in a different way. So we are part of all that is. The more we learn, the more we put our ego down, the more we grow. So we all have triggers. We all. No, I can't believe it. I mean, all the saints, all the prophets, out of their triggers and their pain, they decided to change, So we all have a story, but we have the choice as well. We always have a choice. I remember my teacher in university used to tell me, Peggy, even if you're in a cell You can break your arm, find a way, take the bone, and dig a hole. And I used to look at him and say, this guy is really crazy. But if you have no choice and you love freedom, what is an arm? He used to say. An arm is nothing towards your freedom. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Where can people find you?
They can reach me out on Instagram, Heal by Peggy, and I have my website, Healy by Peggy, and my phone number as well. So,
Peggy, like I really love, I want to get back to that, what you mentioned, that you have a choice to tell your client something that could be hurtful, which is the truth, but you choose to keep that to you because you are looking at the larger good.
yes.
I see you're a very positive person by nature, because sometimes when people are too much into the, in that frame, they do. I mean, how do you stop yourself from going in that pensive, low mode and being always so positive?
I have a daughter who always tells me, Mom, you're so frank. Mom, you don't think about the emotions of the people. I mean, I am with you a lot of times and I see you saying things as they are. Not everyone is ready to get the information. And I posed and I said, you're right, Mary Jo, but sometimes it's better for them to know it from me with my good intentions than them knowing it from someone who's gonna destroy them, who's gonna make fun of them, who's gonna, I don't know. So how do I do it? Sometimes I see something, but I know that this person came, they want to see something different. La vie en rose, pink and nice, but things are not like that in the pattern that I'm seeing. So I made them make a promise to themselves that they need to work on their triggers because, life, for you to see the white, you need to see the black. How will you know this is white? When you see diverse colors, then you will know what is there. So promise yourself that you will work on this and literally you will arrive to the end of what you want. So, and this is how I make them understand. Oh, I want to be a top model. I'm sure I will have this job. So you come to Dubai, you take your ticket, you book a room in a hotel, you have $10,000 because you know that there's this edition and I will have this job. And it will be for me. And it's beautiful. I love this way of thinking and innocence and where you will dare do things. But at the same time, have you done some training? Do you know how to walk well? Do you know how to answer? Have you been in front of a camera? Have you trained yourself? So this is where I don't say, no, you will not get it. I'll say, maybe you need to train. I've seen this person who can help you. Then I connect people together. Right. So this is how I can.
You can, yes.
And then maybe if they fail, they will know that because I was not prepared. It's not because it's fate and God doesn't like me or I am unlucky, because they will go to train themselves and they'll say, Joy is better than me. I thought I'm the best because I'm just beautiful. It's not enough, my dear. So this is how
hard love.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so important.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I'm just replying to exactly the situation that you're mentioning. It's important to give your client the hard love, to give them that because like as parents, you're hard on your children because you want the best for them and you don't want them to be disappointed or well prepared and have the ammunition.
Yeah.
You see, and I think all that you are doing is coming from a place of supporting.
Yeah. And it's up for them to process it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the hard truths, like at first, they really shock you and it hurts. But then as you take a little bit of time and you're trying to think about it, right? It could have triggered something, but then it means that you just have to work through it a little bit harder.
So whatever triggers you makes you better.
Yeah.
Because you're triggered, you avoid this woman. Look at it, sit down and ask yourself why. Maybe she's so loud. Oh, maybe because you don't dare talk loudly, you always talk very low because you think you'll offend people. So there's something that always what triggers you is something missing within you. So look for it. And it keeps you moving forward and you grow.
Peggy, I know, it's but I'm so tempted to ask you because you must be having wonderful stories with the clients that you engage with. Is there something that you want to share with us that is something, a kind of a, like that story for the Lebanon. It just, and something like that you want to share.
I mean, yeah, there are some stories that out of the blue. Like I was doing my Instagram live because I have an Instagram live. Sometimes I do it 1 hour, sometimes half an hour on Saturdays. I don't know the lady, but she popped in and she asked me, "What do you see for me in these coming days?" And I saw the name of a restaurant. I don't know this lady. And I said, "My God, I'm gonna be stupid if I give you the name of the restaurant." And I gave it to her. And she was like, "What?" And I said to her, "However, I see a lot of cars parking in front of it on the path. But I see that you're fed up of that. A lot of people, and you're talking and welcoming people. So I see you involved in that life, but I see you resigning." And it's strange because the energy is pointing out the finger towards me. And I'm like, you're changing career, you're going to do something like what I'm doing, spiritual. And she said, "Yes, I just resigned. And my friend works in that restaurant, my ex. So I cut the ties, I got married to someone who is great, and we're trying to do something new. And so this is beautiful, you know. But the thing is, another thing, sometimes you come for a reading thinking that everything is beautiful. Of course, everything is beautiful, but sometimes to reach the beautiful end, you need to go through tears. So I was doing this reading, and suddenly I see a woman from a cold country, dressed in a very conventional way, long skirt and a foulard, you know, scarf. And she pops on my window in my office. And I see as if the sun was so bright, I couldn't, and my tears started falling. And she could see on the screen my goosebumps. She's like, "Peggy, what's happening?" I'm like, "Listen, I don't know, but I see your mother." My mother, she said, "I lost contact since I was 7. And she's 48. I'm like, "No, your mother is coming and she's asking me." She doesn't care about herself, but she's saying, "You need to forgive her because you are not in peace. If you forgive her, you will be so happy, and abundance and wealth and health and in love will come your way." So she's not leaving. She's sitting by my side, I swear. And she said, "I'm not leaving till you do the forgiveness with her." I said, "Do you want to do the forgiveness?" She said, "No, my mom burned my hand. My mom used to send me to school with dirty clothes. My mom was really cruel to me. And I was raised by another woman." I'm like, "What does it benefit you to hate her?" To have, she said, "I exist. It validates my feeling." I said, "Fine. I have 2 procedures. First, we release your anger. So let's bring you and your mom on the screen virtually and put you together. And I empower you. You're in a safe zone. I put a rose with the thorn. A rose is beautiful and it smells nice. So it invites the energy. However, it has thorns, meaning watch out. You cannot enter, but I can see you and you can see me." So I put her in a beautiful rose and we brought the mother, and she did what she wants to do. She told her everything. How she went through hell because of her. It took like 40 minutes. After the crying, the weeping, the screaming, we blew the screen and after brought another screen, the screen of forgiveness. And she hugged her and they became one.
Wow.
When she did that, this woman has traveled the world now doing healings because it shifted 360. It is, you know, it's not about the people.
Yeah.
It's about you when you forgive, when you release.
Yeah.
A lot of things, it's like, for me, it's like a drop of water when it falls, or a stone when it falls in the water. You see the vibrations. So when you heal, my God, you affect a lot of people.
And that blockage is unblocked. You are now able to connect more with yourself. The burdens off the shoulder. You feel lighter.
Oh, definitely.
And because you're holding all that grudge, it's like holding these suitcases and traveling with it everywhere with you.
And if you ask me, what is my trigger or what makes me sad in the session, it's a learning for me as well. The last client I had, when I took her to her childhood, I knew she was saying my childhood was great, but I took her there, and then she was doing like that, and immediately I could see when you start doing things with your hands, and then she almost like slept, and then I said, "Can we talk with your inner child? Can we stop?" She screamed suddenly. "Can we stop? I don't want to do that. Can you bring me back to now?" I brought her back. And I told her to open her eyes. And I said, listen, you're not ready, but you need to work on it. I cannot force you. It's not your time. It's great we stopped it. But know that everything is related to that moment. Your subconscious mind protects you, deletes it. But there is something. This is intuitive. I was guided to that moment, you know? I know nothing. So this is when I tell my clients, please ground yourself. I am a clairvoyance reader, but it doesn't mean you're coming only to see what's going to happen. You need to work on what happened as well, you know?
Yeah, of course. How are you able to understand and move further unless you don't
Digest,
and resolve your
and bring it and put it here, part of you. But let them feel safe with you now. So
Crazy, right? Yes, if you want a session, I highly, highly recommend Heal by Peggy.
thank you very
For
much.
sure. You're
Thank you,
welcome.
ladies.
Peggy, I want this conversation not to end, to be honest, because I'm feeling more peaceful hearing you with all the positive intentions that you set forth when you engage with your client and trying to bring them towards authentic healing.
Yes.
You see, because most of the times, I know a lot of people when they're more distressed, you know, when they come from a session, because it depends on the true leader, the healer who wants to fix things for them and who wants to really do it on a permanent basis.
Yep, it's beautiful what you say, permanent, but there's nothing such permanent healing. This is something I need to say. You know, it's just like you go to see a PT, you do exercise and you do diet, and then once you neglect it, the weight come back, your skin will look so foggy. I mean, it's entertainment. You need to entertain your health, your well-being, the same way you do it with your body. The body and the soul are separate, you know. So when they come and they say, I need to heal, I'm like, hello, we have only 60 minutes. How old are you? You want me to heal all this? I mean, not me. You want to heal this person, this story. I mean, you're beautiful. You have a story day after day, accumulating, you know, records. In 60 minutes, give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Come with this intention that you are healing, but it's not only once. I mean, even myself, every month I have to see someone or I will be lost, you know. I need to be put on track.
Yes.
We're human beings, you know. This is the beauty. We're not robots.
Of course.
I don't know if Elon Musk will be okay with me. One day they're gonna replace the heart, the brain, but till now we're human beings, and this is the beauty.
How do you explain the mind and the heart connection, like for helping others to proceed better with that
You see,
understanding?
the heart is pure energy. The heart, you know, like if we want to talk about love, people think that love is giving, is being with you all the time. Love is wanting what is best for you. This is love. So meaning if you are with someone that you love a lot as well, if the pure love is there and you know that your love is sabotaging their expansion, you need to leave them. This is pure love. And this is where it's in alignment with the brain sometimes, but most of the time, you know, everything is in one line. If we balance them, we take the resources from the brain and talk to the heart. I mean, I talk with my organs as if they're my friends, and like my daughter's like, Mom, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, you see my tummy is so big, but it carried you, you know? And I'm like, thank you for being there. Thank you for expanding and not coming back 100% to where you were. But I love it because you were there for me. You need to align everything. Let them know that you appreciate them, they're there for you. And the more you connect, the more you get messages, you know?
Yes.
Our brain, we always think that it's the best to judge for us, the best to take decisions. But most of the time we're thinking in the step of a consumer society, you know? Most of the time. And is this the best for us?
No. I mean, I know, like, I was having a really nice podcast yesterday where Joe was saying that, you know, like the society expects us that, you know, we have to be richer, have more money, like, you know, what the expectations are. But why don't we pursue something which can holistically also benefit the universe or the other, like, you know, global warming or sustainability, or I mean, so when you open your vision and you open your like love for also helping more than just yourself, you'll have more doors opening towards you. You
It's
know?
the win, and it's the oneness. It'll require a lot of work, that whatever is for me, I would love the others to have it. Let's share everything. I mean, it's an utopia, but by working on ourselves, we owe it to ourselves and to the world to work on ourselves. And little by little. We can't ask the world to become, I come from Lebanon, and when I see what's happening, and sometimes I'm triggered, I'm like, yeah, I'm criticizing the others, but when it comes to me, fighting with that person yesterday, I acted like the people who are bombing. You know what? Everyone can find their own echo every single minute. When you judge someone, immediately sit down and think about it, and you will find that you will stop judging, because we're not perfect, and that person is doing what we would have done maybe, but we were not put in the same place. So this is the beauty of life, and the only thing you can do is influence people to be on the path of healing and
Educate.
Yeah. Peggy, it was such a great pleasure
Thank you for
to
hosting.
have you share all these exciting stories and about how we can heal ourselves and how we can proceed further and pursue whatever thing we put our mind and heart into, and at the same time helping others, and I think that is a huge strength and support.
Definitely to have a community. I feel I have a community already.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. Since when we've met?
Yeah,
September, October.
No,
She's
I just
a
moved
special,
here.
special
Yeah.
person.
Oh,
Yeah, just
some
here.
people you don't need.
She's joy. She's real joy.
Yeah.
So for Peggy, she does sessions on Zoom, but if you are in Dubai, I highly recommend going and having a coffee and a session at her house. It's beautiful.
Yes. My office is in JBR. First, begin.
Thank you so much, everyone. And Peggy, I want to thank you for joining us today
Thank you for hosting
and
me.
making this
Thank you,
episode
Joy.
so special. I think we got so much valuable information, insights about ourselves and how we can proceed with our visions and dreams if we are in alignment. And I think there should be a book written by you very soon.
If you're feeling stuck, if you need more clarity, if you're just trying to get some answers, Peggy's your girl.
Peggy's your girl.
Peggy's your girl.
We love
Heal by Peggy.
Heal by Peggy. Yes, that's the Instagram story.
Yeah, I love a song that Chris Faye did for me. Heal by Peggy. Yeah.
Yes, we all need this healing. So let's continue on our journey with love and see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.